I'm Waxela Sananda. Thank you for joining me today. Let's talk about perception-based reality. So last week, I talked to you about your mental attitudes and how your mental attitudes inform your not only your conscious thought, but your subconscious thought. And 95% of our thoughts are subconscious for most people. So your mental attitudes are super important. And now going to the next level, it's your choosing to perceive reality in a certain way. So I'm going to start with a story. When I lived in Hawaii many, many years ago, I was learning shamanism, really activating my spiritual gifts, learning galactic shamanism, and interacting and communing with a lot of beings beyond this reality or this dimension. It did require me to look at what I believed in and suspend a lot of my previous perceptions about reality and how reality operates, and to also accept and take on a new level of responsibility for the creation of what I perceive and the creation of my reality. So one time I was out with a group of 5 people, and we were actually getting ready to go to a movie. And when we were parked and getting out of the cars and about to go in, I looked up in the sky, not far from where we were, and there was a sizable lightship. And I'm saying, like, it seemed like it was probably about 200 feet above us and in front of us, and like about this big, like from the perspective, quite like circular, round, and large, and energetically beaming us. Like, it was really something I could feel the frequency of. That's probably why I noticed it. I could feel it empathically. I could feel that there was a transmission of light codes coming from it. And to me, it appeared like a very, very, very bright star, not very far away. And so I pointed it out, and the group all turned and looked. It was behind us. And when we turned around to look at it, 2 of the people I was with, the shaman and another light worker, though they saw it immediately. They're like, "Oh my gosh, look at that light ship. Wow." And we're all like really just tuning into it and receiving the energy and the codes from it. And it was a really magical experience. However, the other 2 people did not see it. They could not see it. And they were looking at each other and looking at us and kind of giggling and laughing. And they're like, "What are you guys looking at? There's nothing there. Is this a joke? Is this a practical joke? Haha, very funny." And we didn't, we were so enamored with what was happening in our experience that it was hard to believe. They like, "You really can't see it?" They really were not able to see it. And so they didn't have the experience that we had. They didn't see the ship. They didn't get the transmission. And furthermore, they didn't necessarily even believe us that happened. But the other 3 of us were so lit up and excited and energized and really just buzzing with the powerful experience we had that we couldn't stop talking about it. And so it was a few days later, I was with the woman that had not been able to see it that night, had not seen what I saw. And she asked me about it. She said, "Did that really happen? Did you really see a ship in the sky?" And I said, "Yeah, I sure did." I mean, it was very clearly there. To me, there was no denying it and the transmission that I felt. And I said, "Did you really not see it?" And she said, "I don't believe in it. I don't believe in that." It's just like, I just can't bring myself to believe it. And, considering all of the things that she believed, that did not fit with her reality. She was not able to perceive or even allow a space to perceive the possibility of that being true. I think we did agree. We got to the point where she really believed that I believed it and that I saw it. And I certainly believe that she did not see it. However, it really stuck with me, the realization that we can be in the same place at the same time with others, and we actually are seeing very different things. And now this has been going on my whole life because I do see spirits and energies and things like that. But this was an extreme version of that for me that exemplified her mind was not willing to be open to perceiving it. I believe that if there is like a crack, a crack of opening where you're willing to entertain the possibility of, oh, really? Let me look closer. Let me, and here's the other thing, the two of them that did not see it, they didn't really spend any time attempting to see it. They immediately started joking around with each other and kind of laughing about it and almost ignoring the situation in that moment because it was disturbing to them. They didn't really want a reality where they see light ships in the sky. And if that opening had been there, that desire had been there to see them, they had engaged and said, show me what you're seeing. Where exactly is it? Maybe I'll be able to see it. Or could you, share what it looks like? And maybe, but that wasn't what they wanted. And so point being, to notice what you're closed off to notice what is it in your life and in your world that you're just locked in to your current viewpoint. Well, maybe there's more. Maybe there's an expansion possible. Maybe there's something for you to see that you haven't previously seen. And this is something I do regularly. I love consuming information and learning new things. And now in the filming of The Alchemy of Ascension season 5, which is about star seeds and walk-ins and the golden human, the new human in the golden realm, to invite people to speak on topics, number one, that I'm passionate about, but also sometimes that I don't know a lot about or I'm not as familiar with. Everyone has their specialty. It's opening some of those perceptions that I wasn't even aware that I might not have been open to previously, or maybe it was just in a realm of things that I don't know that I don't know. And so it's kind of like this door is opening for me and for all of you, for everybody who does choose to come and witness and listen to the interview series. There is just so much out there, and there's so much consciousness. It truly is infinite. And if we can even open the door a little bit more or crack it open just a little bit more, what's possible is new light flooding in, new awareness flooding in, bringing new awareness to each situation and an openness to, well, what is it that is here for me to receive and understand that I haven't previously been aware of? And that is the quality of curiosity and tenacity. I've talked about this before. Two of the most important traits, characteristics to ascension are curiosity and tenacity. To be endlessly curious about life, about reality, about what's real, what's not real, what could be real, what is magic, and what is available to me that maybe I hadn't considered, and what else could I open up to? Curiosity, and just to keep being curious and playful. And then also to be tenacious when you try something and it doesn't work, when you don't understand something, or when you hear something and it doesn't quite land, but you really want to understand. That tenacity to keep trying, keep practicing, keep working on your intuition, keep working on trusting yourself, keep allowing yourself to deepen and go within. That tenacity pays off. I teach meditation, and a lot of people say, oh, I just can't meditate. Oh, my mind wanders. Well, yeah, it does when it's not trained. That's a normal thing, because an untrained mind wanders. It's just natural. And a trained mind is what it takes to learn to sit still and meditate and focus your thoughts for any amount of time. And when you do that haphazardly, once a week, once a month, or just randomly here and there, you're going to have random success with it. When you do it tenaciously every day for a certain amount of time, then you're going to develop expertise, a mastery in it. And this is really the attitude that I'm wishing to share with you and maybe challenge you with this week, is to take on the attitude of curiosity and tenacity about your previously held perspectives on reality and consciousness. What can you open up to considering that maybe you weren't open to before? What possibilities are attempting to present themselves to you that maybe you haven't been able to see? And this works practically in life as well as for magical things. You know, what opportunities are just right around the corner or knocking on your door that you haven't been able to see because you haven't been looking for the opportunity. You've been looking for the lack of opportunity or focused on the lack of opportunity. So here's where lack consciousness comes into play. Anywhere in your life, and notice your mental attitudes around things, right? Because that will show you where your lack consciousness is. But anywhere in your life where you're finding yourself not having the level of success, not having the level of connection, not having, you know, what you desire to experience in life, to take a look at those places and ask yourself, where am I holding a perspective of that's not going to work out for me, or I don't deserve that, or I'm not good enough to have that, or blocking yourself from receiving in some way? That, again, it's a mental attitude that can be corrected and shifted into a positive mental attitude or a harmonious mental attitude, plus allowing your perspective to expand and say, even just starting your day with, I know today opportunities will come my way that I wasn't previously aware of. I know today that connections will show up in my life, or that prosperity or abundance will come to me that I wasn't previously aware of, or any affirmation like that, to begin your day programming your mind and yourself to expect a positive outcome, to expect to have a perspective of things are working out for me. The universe is supporting me. Everyone that comes into my world is coming in as a gift to shower me with something wonderful, with delight and expansion and more connection and love. You know, you get to choose more joy, more fun, more excitement, more life. Today, more things will come to my world that will bring me fun and joy and pleasure. You know, whatever it is that you choose to put in there, you get to program your days. You get to program your hours, your minutes, your moments with your mental perceptions and perspectives. So I hope that that speaks to you, and I hope that that lands in a way that you can really receive something amazing and powerful from it, because this is the fertile ground for your conscious life creation. Our lives are such a gift, such a gift. Yes, I know difficult things happen. And when we're looking for difficult things to happen, more difficult things happen. So let's look for positive things to happen. Let's set a fertile foundation and plant the seeds of harmonious, joyful, positive experiences, and they will grow. Thank you for joining me today. Have a wonderful day or evening wherever you are. If you like this video, if this was helpful to you, hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.